Section 20 of Ulysses. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Ulysses by James Joyce, Part 2, The Odyssey, Episode 11, Sirens, Part 1. Bronze by gold heard the hoof irons, steely ringing, impertinent and chips, picking chips off rocky thumbnail chips. Horrid and gold-flushed more. A husky fife note blew. Blue bloom is on the gold-pinnacled hair. A jumping rose on satiny breast of satin rose of Castile. Trilling, ay, Dolores. Peep, who's in the peep of gold? Tink cried to bronze in pity. And the call, pure, long and throbbing, long in dying call. Decoy, soft word, but look, the bright stars fade, note, chirping answer. Oh, Rose, Castile, the morn is breaking. Jingle, jingle, jaunted, jingling. Coin rang, clock clacked. Avowal, sonnet, I would, rebound of garter, not leave thee. Smack, la cloche, tie, smack, avowal, warm, sweetheart, goodbye. Jingle, blue, boomed, crashing chords. When love absorbs, war, the tympanum. A sail, a veil, a wave upon the waves. Lost, throttle fluted, all is lost now. Horn, horn, when first he saw, alas. Full tup, full throb, warbling, lure, alluring. Martha, come. Clap, clap, clip, clap, clappy clap. Good God, he never heard in all. Deaf, bald Pat brought pad knife took up. A moonlit night call, far, far. I feel so sad. P.S. So lonely, blooming. Listen. The spiked and winding cold sea horn, have ye the each and for other plash and silent roar? Pearls when she list rhapsodies, hiss. You don't? Did not? No, believe, lid, with a cock and a cara. Black, deep sounding, do, Ben, do. Wait while you wait, he, wait while you, he, but wait. Low in dark middle earth, embedded ore. Na mine, preacher is he, all gone, all fallen. Tiny, her tremulous fern foils of maiden hair. Amen, he gnashed in fury. Fro, to, fro, a baton cool, protruding. Bronze Lydia by Mina gold. By bronze, by gold, in ocean green of shadow, bloom, old bloom. One wrapped, one tapped, with a cara, with a cock. Pray for him, pray, good people. His gouty fingers knackering. Big Ben, big Ben. Last rose, Castile of summer left bloom. I feel so sad alone. Little wind piped wee. True men, Lid, care, cow, de and doll. Aye, like you men, will lift your chink with a chunk. Whew. Where bronze from an ear? Where gold from afar? Where hoofs? Crandall. Then, not till then, my epitaph be done. Begin. Bronze by gold, Miss Douce's head by Miss Kennedy's head, over the cross-blind of the Ormond bar, heard the vice-regal hoofs go by, ringing steel. "Is that her?" asked Miss Kennedy. Miss Douce said yes, sitting with his ex. Pearl grey and eau de Nil. Exquisite contrast, Miss Kennedy said. When all agog, Miss Douce said eagerly, "Look at the fellow in the tall silk." "Who? Where?" Gold asked more eagerly. "In the second carriage," Miss Douce's wet lips said, laughing in the sun. "He's looking. Mind till I see." She darted, bronze to the backmost corner, flattening her face against the pane in a halo of hurried breath. Her wet lips tittered. "He's killed looking back." She laughed. "Oh, wept. Aren't men frightful idiots?" With sadness. Miss Kennedy sauntered sadly from bright light, twining a loose hair behind an ear. Sauntering sadly, gold no more, she twisted, twined a hair. Sadly she twined in sauntering gold hair behind a curving ear. "It's them has the fine times," sadly then she said. A man. Blue went by Moulang's pipes, bearing in his breast the sweets of sin, by wine's antiques, in memory bearing sweet sinful words, by Carol's dusky battered plate, for Raoul. The boots to them in the bar, them barmaids came. For them, unheeding him, he banged on the counter his tray of chattering china and "There's your teas," he said. Miss Kennedy, with manners, transposed the tea tray down to an upturned lithia crate, safe from eyes, low. "What is it?" Loud Boots unmannerly asked. "Find out," Miss Douce retorted, leaving her spying point. "Your beau, is it?" A haughty Bronze replied, "I'll complain to Mrs. de Massey on you if I hear any more of your impertinent insolence." Impertinent. Boots' snout sniffed rudely as he retreated, as she threatened, as he had come. Bloom. On her flower frowning, Miss Douce said, "Most aggravating that young brat is. If he doesn't conduct himself, I'll wring his ear for him a yard long." Ladylike, in exquisite contrast. "Take no notice," Miss Kennedy rejoined. She poured in a teacup tea, then back in the teapot tea. They cowered under their reef of counter, waiting on footstools, crates upturned, waiting for their teas to draw. They pawed their blouses, both of black satin, 2 and 9 a yard, waiting for their teas to draw, and 2 and 7. Yes, bronze from a near, by gold from afar, heard steel from a near, hoofs ring from afar, and heard steel hoofs ring hoof ring steel. "Am I awfully sunburnt?" Miss Bronze unbloused her neck. "No," said Miss Kennedy, "it gets brown after. Did you try the borax with the cherry laurel water?" Miss Douce half stood to see her skin askance in the bar mirror. Gild-lettered where hock and claret glasses shimmered, and in their midst a shell. "And leave it to my hands," she said. "Try it with the glycerine," Miss Kennedy advised. Bidding her neck and hands adieu, Miss Douce, "Those things only bring out a rash," replied, reseated. "I asked that old fogey in Boyd's for something for my skin." Miss Kennedy, pouring now a full-drawn tea, grimaced and prayed, "Oh, don't remind me of him, for mercy's sake." "But wait till I tell you," Miss Douce entreated. Sweet tea, Miss Kennedy, having poured with milk, plugged both ears with little fingers. "No, don't," she cried. "I won't listen," she cried. "But Bloom?" Miss Douce grunted in a snuffy fogey's tone. "For your what?" says he. Miss Kennedy unplugged her ears to hear, to speak, but prayed again. "Don't let me think of him or I'll expire, the hideous old wretch. That night in the Antient concert rooms." She sipped distastefully her brew. Hot tea. A sip. Sipped. Sweet tea. Here he was, Miss Douce said, cocking her bronze head 3/4, ruffling her nose wings. "Huffa! Huffa!" Shrill shriek of laughter sprang from Miss Kennedy's throat. Miss Douce huffed and snorted down her nostrils that quivered impertinent like a snout in quest. "Oh, shrieking!" Miss Kennedy cried. "Will you ever forget his goggle eye?" Miss Douce chimed in deep bronze laughter, shouting, "And your other eye?" Blue-Hoove's dark eye read Aaron Figatner's name. Why do I always think Figather? Gathering figs, I think. And Prosper Lower's Huguenot name. By Bassie's Blessed Virgins, Bloom's dark eyes went by. Blue-robed, white under, come to me. God they believe she is. Or goddess. Those today I could not see. That fellow spoke, a student. After with Dedalus' son. He might be Mulligan. All comely virgins. That's what brings those rakes of fellow in, her white. By went his eyes. The sweets of sin. Sweet are the sweets of sin. In a giggling peal young gold bronze voices blended. Douce with Kennedy, your other eye. They threw young heads back, bronze giggle gold, to let free fly their laughter, screaming, your other, signals to each other, high piercing notes. Ah, panting, sighing, sighing, ah, fordone, their mirth died down. Miss Kennedy lipped her cup again, raised, drank a sip and giggled. Miss Douce, bending over the tea tray, ruffled again her nose and rolled droll fattened eyes. Again Kenny giggles, stooping, her fair pinnacles of hair stooping, her tortoise nape-cum showed, spluttered out of her mouth her tea, choking in tea and laughter, coughing with choking, crying, "Oh, greasy eyes! Imagine being married to a man like that," she cried, "with his bit of beard." Douce gave full vent to a splendid yell, a full yell of full woman, delight, joy, indignation. "Married to the greasy nose," she yelled. Shrill, with deep laughter, after they urged each to peal after peal, ringing in changes, bronze gold, gold bronze, shrill deep, to laughter after laughter, and then laughed more. Greasy I knows. Exhausted, breathless, their shaken heads they laid, braided and pinnacled by glossy combed, against the counter ledge, all flushed, oh, panting, sweating, oh, all breathless. Married to Bloom, to Grease Bloom. "Oh, saints above," Miss Douce said, sighed above her jumping rose. "I wish I hadn't laughed so much. I feel all wet." "Oh, Miss Douce," Miss Kennedy protested, "you horrid thing," and flushed yet more. "You horrid," more goldenly. By Cantwell's offices roved Greaser Bloom, by Keppy's virgins, bright of their oils. Nanetti's father hawked those things about, wheedling at doors as I. Religion pays. Must see him for that bar. Eat first. I want. Not yet. At 4, she said. Time ever passing. Clock hands turning. On. Where eat? The Clarence? Dolphin? On. For Raoul. Eat. If I net 5 guineas with those ads. The violet silk petticoats. Not yet. The sweets of sin. Flushed less, still less, goldenly paled. Into their bar strolled Mr. Dedalus. Chips, picking chips off one of his rocky thumbnails. Chips. He strolled. "Oh, welcome back, Miss Douce." He held her hand. "Enjoyed her holidays?" "Tip-top." He hoped she had nice weather in Rostrevor. "Gorgeous," she said. "Look at the holy show I am, lying out on the strand all day." Bronze whiteness. "That was exceedingly naughty of you," Mr. Dedalus told her, and pressed her hand indulgently. "Tempting poor simple males." Miss Douce of Satin deuced her arm away. "Oh, go away," she said. "You're very simple, I don't think." He was. "Well, now I am," he mused. "I looked so simple in the cradle they christened me Simple Simon." "You must have been a doty," Miss Douce made answer. "And what did the doctor order today?" "Well now," he mused, "whatever you say yourself. I think I'll trouble you for some fresh water and half a glass of whisky." Jingle. "With the greatest alacrity," Miss Douce agreed. With grace of alacrity, towards the mirror, gilt Cantrell and Cochrane's, she turned herself. With grace she tapped a measure of gold whisky from her crystal keg. Forth from the skirt of his coat Mr. Dedalus brought pouch and pipe. Alacrity she served. He blew through the flue 2 husky fife notes. "By Jove," he mused, "I often wanted to see the Mourne Mountains. Must be a great tonic in the air down there. But a long threatening comes at last, they say." Yes. He fingered shreds of hair, her maidenhair, her mermaid's, into the bowl. Chips. Shreds. Musing. Mute. None, naught, said nothing. Yes. Gaily Miss Douce polished a tumbler, trilling, "O I, Dolores, Queen of the Eastern Seas." Was Mr. Lidwell in today? In came Lenehan. Round him peered Lenehan. Mr. Bloom reached Essex Bridge. Yes, Mr. Bloom crossed Bridge of Essex. To Martha I must write. Buy paper, dailies. Girl, they're civil. Bloom, old Bloom. Blue Bloom is on the rye. He was in at lunchtime, Miss Douce said. Lenehan came forward. "Was Mr. Boylan looking for me?" he asked. She answered. "Miss Kennedy, was Mr. Boylan in while I was upstairs?" she asked. Miss Voice of Kennedy answered, a second teacup poised, her gaze upon a page. "No, he was not." Miss Gaze of Kennedy, heard not seen, read on. Lenehan round the sandwich bell wound his round body round. "Peep, who's in the corner?" No glance of Kennedy rewarding him, he yet made overtures to mind her stops, to read only the black ones, round O and crooked S. Jingle, jaunty, jingle. Girl Gold she read and did not glance, take no notice. She took no notice while he read by rote a sofa table for her, plappering flatly. "A fox met a stork. Said the fox to the stork, 'Will you put your bill down in my throat and pull up a bone?'" He droned in vain. Miss Douce turned to her tea aside. He sighed aside. "Ah me, oh my." He greeted Mr. Dedalus and got a nod. "Greetings from the famous son of a famous father." "Who may he be?" Mr. Dedalus asked. Lenehan opened most genial arms. Who may he be?" he asked. "Can you ask Stephen the youthful bard?" Dry. Mr. Dedalus, famous father, laid by his dry filled pipe. "I see," he said. "I didn't recognise him for the moment. I hear he is keeping very select company. Have you seen him lately?" He had. "I quaffed the nectar bowl with him this very day," said Lenehan. "In Mooney's on Vie and in Mooney's sur Mer. He had received the rhino for the labour of his muse." He smiled at Bronze's tea-bathed lips, at listening lips and eyes. The elite of Erin hung upon his lips. The ponderous pundit Hugh McHugh, Dublin's most brilliant scribe and editor, and that minstrel boy of the wild wet west who was known by the euphonious appellation of the O'Madden Burke. After an interval, Mr. Dedalus raised his grog and "That must have been highly diverting," said he. "I see." He drank, with far-away morning mountain eye, set down his glass. He looked towards the saloon door. "I see you have moved the piano." "The tuner was in today," Miss Douce replied, "tuning it for the smoking concert, and I never heard such an exquisite player." "Is that a fact? Didn't he, Miss Kennedy? The real classical, you know. And blind too, poor fellow. Not 20, I'm sure he was." "Is that a fact?" Mr. Dedalus said. He drank and strayed away. "So sad to look at his face," Miss Douce condoled. "God's curse on bitch's bastard." Tink, to her pity, cried a diner's bell. To the door of the bar and dining room came bald Pat, came bothered Pat, came Pat, waiter of Ormond. Lager for diner. Lager, without alacrity, she served. With patience Lenehan waited for Boylan with impatience, for Jingle Jaunty Blaze's boy. Upholding the lid, he who gazed in the coffin at the oblique triple piano wires. He pressed, the same who pressed indulgently her hand, soft pedalling, a triple of keys, to see the thickness of felt advancing, to hear the muffled hammer fall in action. 2 sheets, cream vellum paper, 1 reserve, 2 envelopes. When I was in Wisdom Healy's, Wise Bloom in Daly's, Henry Flower bought. Are you not happy in your home? Flower to console me, and a pin cut slow. Means something, language of flow. Was it a daisy? Innocence, that is. Respectable girl, meets after mass. Thanks awfully muchly. Wise Bloom eyed on the door a poster. A swaying mermaid, smoking mid nice waves. Smoke mermaids, coolest whiff of all. Hair streaming, lovelorn. For some man, for Raoul. He eyed and saw afar on Essex Bridge a gay hat riding on a jaunting car. It is, again, 3rd time. Coincidence? Jingling on supple rubbers it jaunted from the bridge to Ormond Quay. Follow, risk it, go quick. At 4, near now, out. 2 pence, sir, the shop girl dared to say. Ah, I was forgetting, excuse. And 4. At 4 she. Winsomely she and blew him whom smiled. Blue smile, quick go, turnoon. Think you're the only pebble on the beach? Does that to all. For men. In drowsy silence gold bent on her page. From the saloon a call came, long in dying. That was a tuning fork the tuner had, that he forgot, that he now struck. A call again, that he now poised, that it now throbbed. You hear? It throbbed, pure, purer, softly and softlier, its buzzing prongs, longer in dying call. Pat paid for diner's pop-corked bottle, and over tumbler, tray and pop-corked bottle, ere he went he whispered, bald and bothered with Miss Douce. The bright stars fade. A voiceless song sang from within, singing, The morn is breaking. A duodene of bird notes chirruped bright treble answer under sensitive hands. Brightly the keys all twinkling, linked, called to a voice to sing the strain of dewy morn, of youth, of love's leave-taking, life's, love's morn. The dewdrops purr. Lenehan's lips over the counter lisped a low whistle of decoy. But look this way, he said, Rose of Castile. Jingle jaunted by the curb and stopped. She rose and closed her reading, Rose of Castile, fretted, forlorn, dreamily rose. Did she fall or was she pushed? He asked her. She answered, slighting, Ask no questions and you'll hear no lies. Like lady, ladylike. Blazes Boylan's smart tan shoes creaked on the bar floor where he strode. Yes, gold from anear by bronze from afar. Lenihan heard and knew and hailed him. See, the conquering hero comes. Between the car and window, warily walking, went Bloom, unconquered hero. See me he might. The seat he sat on, warm. Black, wary, he cat-walked towards Richie Goulding's legal bag, lifted aloft, saluting. And I from thee. I heard you were around, said Blazes Boylan. He touched to fair Miss Kennedy a rim of his slanted straw. She smiled on him, but Sister Bronze outsmiled her, preening for him her richer hair, a bosom and a rose. Smart Boylan bespoke potions. What's your cry? Glass of bitter? Glass of bitter, please, and a sloe gin for me. Wire in yet? Not yet. At 4, she... Who said 4? Cowley's red lugs and bulging apple in the door of the sheriff's office. Avoid. Goulding a chance. What is he doing in the Ormond? Car waiting. Wait. Hello, where off to? Something to eat? I too was just... In here. What? Ormond? Best value in Dublin. Is that so? Dining room. Sit tight there. See, not be seen. I think I'll join you. Come on. Richie led on. Bloom followed bag. Dinner fit for a prince. Miss Douce reached high to take a flagon, stretching her satin arm, her bust that all but burst so high. Oh, oh, jerked Lenihan, gasping at each stretch. Oh! But easily she seized her prey and led it low in triumph. Why don't you grow? Asked Blazes Boylan. She Bronze, dealing from her oblique jar thick syrupy liquor for his lips, looked as it flowed. Flour in his coat, who gave him, and syrupped with her voice. Fine goods in small parcels. That is to say, she... Neatly she poured, slow, syrupy, slow. Here's fortune, Blazes said. He pitched a broad coin down. Coin rang. Hold on, said Lenihan, till I... Fortune, he wished, lifting his bubbled ale. Sceptre will win in a canter, he said. I plunged a bit, said Boylan, winking and drinking. Not on my own, you know. Fancy of a friend of mine. Lenihan still drank, and grinned at his tilted ale and at Miss Douce's lips that all but hummed, not shut, the ocean song her lips had trilled. Idolores, the eastern seas. Clock whirred. Miss Kennedy passed their way. Flower, wonder who gave, bearing away tea-tray. Clock clacked. Miss Douce took Boylan's coin, struck boldly the cash register. It clanged. Clock clacked. Fair one of Egypt teased and sorted in the till and hummed and handed coins and change. Looked to the west. A clack for me. What time is that? Asked Blazes Boylan. 4. O'clock. Lenihan, small eyes a hunger on her humming, bust a humming, tugged Blazes Boylan's elbow sleeve. Let's hear the time, he said. The bag of Goulding Collis Ward led Bloom by rye bloom flowered tables. Aimless he chose with agitated aim, bald Pat attending, a table near the door. Be near. At 4. Has he forgotten? Perhaps a trick. Not come, whet appetite. I couldn't do... Wait. Pat, waiter, waited. Sparkling bronze azure, eyed blazers, sky blue bow and eyes. Go on, pressed Lenihan. There's no one. He never heard. To Flora's lips did high. A high note pealed in the treble clear. Bronze Douce, communing with her rose that sank and rose, sought Blazes Boylan's flower and eyes. Please, please, he pleaded over returning phrases of avowal. I could not leave thee. Afterwards, Miss Douce promised coyly. No, now, urged Lenehan. Sonny la cloche. Oh, do, there's no one. She looked. Quick. Miss Ken out of earshot. Sudden bent, two kindling faces watched her bend. Quavering, the chords strayed from the air, found it again, lost chord, and lost and found it, faltering. Go on, do, Sonny. Bending, she nipped a peak of skirt above her knee. Delayed, taunted them still, bending, suspending, with wilful eyes. Sonny. Smack. She set free, sudden in rebound, her nipped elastic garter, smack warm against her smackable, a woman's warm-hosed thigh. La cloche, cried gleeful Lenehan. Trained by owner, no sawdust there. She smirked supercilious, wept, aren't men, but, lightward gliding, mild she smiled on Boylan. You're the essence of vulgarity, she in gliding said. Boylan eyed, tossed to fat lips his chalice, drank off his chalice tiny, sucking the last fat violet syrupy drops. His spellbound eyes went after her gliding head as it went down the bar by mirrors, gilded arch for ginger ale, hock and claret glasses shimmering, a spiky shell where it concerted, mirrored, bronze with sunnier bronze. Yes, bronze from a nearby. Sweetheart, goodbye. I'm off, said Boylan with impatience. He slid his chalice brisk away, grasped his change. Wait a shake, begged Lenehan, drinking quickly. I wanted to tell you. Tom Rochford. Come on to Blazes, said Blazes Boylan, going. Lenehan gulped to go. Got the horn or what? He said. Wait, I'm coming. He followed the hasty creaking shoes, but stood by nimbly by the threshold, saluting forms, a bulky with a slender. How do you do, Mr. Dollard? Eh, how do, how do? Ben Dollard's vague bass answered, turning an instant from Father Cowley's woe. He won't give you any trouble, Bob. Alf Bergen will speak to the long fellow. We'll put a barley straw in that Judas Iscariot's ear this time. Sighing, Mr. Dedalus came through the saloon, a finger soothing an eyelid. Ho, ho, we will, Ben Dollard yodeled jollily. Come on, Simon, give us a ditty. We heard the piano. Bald Pat, bothered waiter, waited for drink orders. Power for Richie. And Bloom? Let me see. Not make him walk twice. His corns. 4 now. How warm this black is. Coarse nerves a bit. Refracts, is it? Heat? Let me see. Cider. Yes, bottle of cider. What's that? Mr. Dedalus said. I was only vamping, man. Come on, Ben Dollard called. Begone, dull care. Come, Bob. He ambled Dollard, bulky slops before them. Hold that fellow with the... Hold him now. Into the saloon. He plumped him, Dollard, on the stool. His gouty paws plumped chords. Plumped, stopped, abrupt. Bald Pat in the doorway met tealess gold returning. Bothered, he wanted power and cider. Bronze by the window watched, bronze from afar. Jingle a tinkle jaunted. Bloom heard a jing, a little sound. He's off. Light sob of breath Bloom sighed on the silent blue-hued flowers. Jingling. He's gone. Jingle. Here. Love and war, Ben, Mr. Dedalus said. God be with old times. End of section 20.